So how do we make 2021 a great year? This is my understanding that you got to give something called a pictorial representation for your goals. That's correct. People sometimes say goal setting doesn't work. Let me tell you why it doesn't work. Because there are three precautions you got to keep. The first thing you got to do, understand that your goal has to be specific. A lot of people, they just have vague ideas of where they want to be, what kind of car they want to buy, what kind of house they want to live in, what kind of relationships they want to be in, what kind of kids they will have, or XYZ. So you got to be very specific. You got to be very specifically telling the world or the universe that exactly what you are after when you say that I want to make more money, what that more money looks like. I want to lose weight, how many kgs you want to lose, okay, or pounds, whatever your units are, doesn't matter. So coming back, make sure that your goal is specific, when you define that goal. Second precaution, I want to give you, which most people don't understand. Most people, they create their goals. I have done that mistake many times in my past. Sometimes maybe I still go there, sometimes in a rare occasion, but most of the time I'm fully aware and I understand, that my unique journey is mine own. My journey is never in comparison to any other trainer, any other person of my age, or even not my age, even my background, not my background, doesn't matter. Because understand, your success is not in comparison to the person sitting next to you or who was in school with you or college with you or any cousin of yours. Your success is in comparison to where you start and what you start with. So that's the second precaution. You must be aware of your point A, which is your starting point. And a lot of people don't have that awareness of where they are right now. What has gone has gone. You cannot go back and change it. You don't have the power to change it. All you can do is make a decision in the moment, right now, and you can have a brand new ending. So define your point A as to where you exactly are and what your challenges and limitations and situations are. And based on your point A, your starting point, define your point B as to where exactly you want to go. And the third precaution, I want to talk about where goal setting doesn't work for people, because people don't give enough life to their goal setting, and which is why you got to have a bigger why. That's correct. Most people get stuck up in the how, because school has done a great job in programming in our brain that we have to come up with the how before we start or do anything. But the how is not required. It is required. I'm not saying it is not important, okay? But it is not the most important thing. The most important thing for a person to achieve or go to higher levels is to understand why you want to do it. Once you define that why, and the bigger you make that why, you will get all these amazing life force particles, being given to you or showered on you or been gifted to you by the universe. By the way, understand, everything you want to have in your life is just vibrations. If a car you want to own, a house you want to own, a relationship you want to be in, understand it's just vibrations. We are all humans. Everything, including my mic and my laptop, everything is vibrations. And if you want to attract that vibrations, you got to, have those life force particles. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy can only be transferred or received. So coming back, everything you will have in life, it is all energy. And if you want to have that kind of energy, which is materialistic, something, you define, then understand you got to define your why. That is exactly why you want to earn that much of money, why you want to live in that kind of house, why you want to become that great teacher of transforming people's life, XYZ. I defined my why, many years back, and I have just made it bigger and bigger. I'm on this mission, to create at least 1 million trainers, teachers, coaches, in this decade. That's my goal, because I understand, if you create great teachers, the world will be a beautiful place to live in. That's what my understanding and my take is on that. I don't want any AManDeep to struggle and suffer and give up hope, in their life if they are at the age of 10, 12, 15. Doesn't matter where they are born, what skin color they have, what financial background they come from. It doesn't matter, but I want to help them out through the help, but through the way of teaching trainers to become great trainers, So coming back, that's my, mission and why. You got to define your mission and why. So coming back, do some goal setting. You got to know exactly where you're going by the end of 2021. In normal life, we do not take a bus or a coach, whatever you call it, doesn't matter. The words are different in different countries, but you won't take a bus, a train or aeroplane. You don't know where it's going. You always make sure you are in the right train, the right plane or right bus or coach before you board it. And in a rare occasion, if you board it by mistake, the moment you realize that this is not your train or your bus or whatever, it is, you find a way to change it and come back to your, the right train or right bus. There is no harm in making somebody else rich, provided you also getting rich in the process. It's a win-win, okay? But if it's a lose-win situation, you got to be aware of it. If somebody else is just winning on your cost, then that's a very bad place to be in. So coming back, my friend, give a pictorial representation to your goals for 2021, and I call it a vision board. People, when they talk about vision board, they think, they're going to create something for 5, 10, 20 years. Well, you can. Nobody stops you from doing that. All I want to say, create a pictorial representation of your goal for 2021, a vision board for 1 year. And that will be powerful, because see, we all are visual people, most of us. If I say tiger, you don't just hear the tiger, you see a tiger in your mind, in your brain. Now, the tiger might be in a green kind of a jungle. It could be in a cage, in a circus, or whatever. Your tiger is different than what I see as a tiger. So anyways, you got to define, your goals in a pictorial representation on a piece of paper. When you do your vision board, by the way, put an address on the vision board as to where the universe needs to send this. And by the way, everything you will have will come from the universe. Yeah, every single thing you will have in the world or in your life will come from the universe, because nothing is yours and nothing can be yours. Even this body, which I'm facilitating or utilizing or using right now in this lifetime, is not mine. It was gifted to me from the universe. The suit I'm wearing is not mine. The mic I'm using to channelize my energy and reach out to you guys right now is not mine. So everything you will have will come from the universe. So channelize that energy and ask the source to give it to you. And the way you can, be more clear in asking, by first defining exactly what you want and then giving it a kind of a, exact picture. If not exact, something very close. And I always say this to my students, if you want to have a beautiful house, don't take a picture of a house, of a beach in Spain. If you live in Delhi, it's very difficult that you will have that beach house. You may have a spare house like that in Goa, I understand. But if that's what you want as your main house to live in, the universe is confused. The universe is going, you live in Delhi, you're looking for a house which can only be possible in Spain. How do I give it to you? So, tell the universe exactly what you're after. I would suggest, if you live in Delhi, go to a house, which you think should be kind of your house, take a picture of that house and put it on your vision board. That will be much more powerful than just taking up a picture from a magazine and you're not sure, where you're going with this. And the universe is also confused because they are like, do I send this to you? Or even if I send this to you, how do I create the beach? It's not possible, you got to relocate maybe. So yeah, put as much realistic pictures as possible. And in worst case, if you can't get a realistic picture, then something very, very close, not too much photoshopped, which is, we know is not possible. And this is what I tell, my students that, and I'm telling myself as well, okay, AManDeep, listen up, my friend, okay, that you got to create goals which are realistic, but at the same time, which will stretch you. And this is, where people don't understand when I say that you got to create realistic goals. Let's say, somebody has made, just an example, 1 crore this year, and they say, what, I'm going to make 100 crores next year. It's not possible. People say, oh, are you limiting me right now, AManDeep? You think universe is not going to give it to me? Well, I wish the best for you. And I wish you get more than 100 crores, but realistically, it's not possible. So what do? You say, I will make double the money or triple. I think still it's doable. It's realistic. You go beyond 5 crores, even if you do all the work in the world, I don't think it is possible. But I'm not limiting at the same time. So you can say, 5 crores is my goal or better. And or better opens up more possibilities, from the universe to give it to you. I don't mind more money, by the way. People, my students, if you have paid me a fee, you want to pay me more fee, for the great service I've given you, I don't mind. But all I'm saying, this is my target for this year. I want 20 shadowing clients in 2021. That's what I'm defining, my realistic, stretchable goal to be. Some people are saying, what is shadowing? Well, shadowing, is like some of my clients go on to become my extended family. They see everything I do behind the scenes, pretty much everything. Okay. They almost get a sneak peek, into my brain as to how I run my events, virtual. And when the lives come back, I will be showing them exactly from stage preparation to sales table to room layout to the way I pitch, the closing, the sales, the timeline theory I do with the clients, the marinating of the price I do. And, the vehicle I show them it will take them on the promised land. Oh, this is not for this session right now, but coming back, everything I know about closing from stage, I teach it to my student. That's called shadowing. So yeah, I would love to have, this is my goal for 2021, 20 shadowing clients, for 2021. So coming back, create a realistic goal, but at the same time, something which will stretch you. And when you put a realistic figure at the end, or you can always say, or better, which means it still opens up more possibilities of you to have more. If it is given, great. If you do a phenomenal job, the universe will reward you, highly. And anything new comes and, brings a new wave of energy, new hope, new ideas, a new perception, and something going to change and shift. And that will be a good shift, because I think we all are looking for some kind of shift in our life, because most of us, we are stuck up in our house. And as a human being, we need variety. Variety is one of our needs out of the 6 needs we have. So I believe that 2021 is going to bring some promising, things for us. It might be a little challenging in the beginning for the first few weeks, but I think it is going to be a good year. After that first few weeks of hiccup or challenges, we will find a way, to maneuver our way, even through pandemic or COVID or Corona. If it is still there, we will find a way to live with it around us. We already found a way, but we just would get much better. Or whatever this new variant, has come and people are thinking about it, I think we will get more stronger. We already are, and we'll get more stronger. I always say this to my students, whatever you will focus on will expand. So the question is, where are you focusing right now? Thank you very much, and wishing you a very happy new year. I hope and believe that 2021 will bring a lot of new lights for us. That's why, my background says, welcome 2021. So quick recap, 2021, let the year know what you are after. If you don't ask, you don't get. Simple. Got to be as specific as possible. So define how much money you want to make, define, what kind of relationship you want to attract, what kind of friends you want to have in this 2021, what kind of, house you want to live in, what kind of space you would like to create within your house. If you want to make some changes within your existing house, what that would look like, that wall, that shelf, that drawers, the color, the garden, how it would look like, the car you will drive, what color it will be, the make, model, everything, what kind of music stereo system will be there, what kind of suit you want to buy. I mean, everything has to be defined. What kind of home studio you will have, the more specific and more detail you give to the universe to listen to, I think the high chances of it being fulfilled. And I gave you 3 precautions, which is don't make unrealistic goals, keep it realistic but specific and stretchable at the same time. Define your starting point A, know who you are, where you are, and from there define your goal. And finally, work on your bigger why, why you want to achieve that, why you want to have it. Once you figure out your why, I think the how will come. It's not rocket science. People who made it possible, they were just humans like us. They had a determination, they were committed, they took up a few mentors on board, and they arrived, finally. Very much wishing you and your family and your loved ones and close ones a very happy new year. Happy 2021. And how to make 2021 a beautiful year for yourself, then I just want to say, guys, feel proud of yourself. If you were able to survive 2020 and get through this tough year, you have already made it, in my understanding. So lots of love, stay blessed, wishing you a very, very happy new year 2021. Hope it brings a lot of beautiful blessings in your life and make this 2021 super special for you. Stay blessed, and if you find my sharings powerful, then do share it. Do share it on your timeline or with your friends and family members, and also help them to enrich their world. They will find it to be valuable as well. So do share, because sharing is caring.